very difficult time out there in the private sector. And I'm curious about the discussions that you had in the negotiations, and were some of those examples brought out in your negotiations? Did you look at some private sector numbers and what was going on there? And if so, could you share with us what those were, what the source of that data was that you brought forward and shared in the negotiations to look at what the rest of the world is doing?
When we say, how do you compare with the private sector? Do you want us to compare ourselves, the size of state government, the size of the budget, the complexity of what we do, the fact that a lot of our employees are located in the metropolitan area? Who should we be comparing ourselves with? 3M? Or should we be comparing ourselves with the private sector as it exists in a small Minnesota town? Generalizing is, I don't know what that gets us.
I am disappointed that after a year and a half of negotiations, we have a status quo contract with the raise. It is not the raise that is causing me to pause. It is the built-in status quo going forward. I was looking for a more flexible workforce, a rewarding success. We talk about top talent. I'm looking at the OET consolidation and know they're having trouble getting top talent. Minnesota has a shortage of IT talent right now. And I can't imagine that the state isn't impacted by that. And I know you talked about adjusting to market, but we need fundamental change in direction going forward so that those very talented, hardworking people get their just reward for doing the work, for finding savings, for making our state programs run better. I don't think a time of service and STEPS program is what most people are going to be dealing with in the future.
I mean, I think after having a hearing today and seeing just the benefits of the contract to the state and its modest nature, and Senator Benson and Senator Daley, I mean, I agree with you. I think that if we worked together and actually sat down at the table and worked with labor, we could probably find ways of, and Representative Downey, you're talking about this too, of building more pay for performance, recognizing value better. I think we could find lots of ways to do that, but I don't think we're going to do that by holding up this contract. I don't think that's going to get us anywhere. We've already had a very disruptive couple of years, and it seems to me that we could approve this, we could move on, we could not hold up all the other bargaining units, including people that handle public safety. We don't have to hold all of them up because we're disappointed that this didn't go farther. I think it never was going to because of the real challenges we've had this biennium.